all of the other things, all the menus I have to click on. All right, oh, cool, everyone's here. And I'll just give the in-person people a couple moments to set up. Hi, I was so excited to see your name on this schedule. So anywhere you want to go, line up here. Oh, you were here yesterday, so I guess you know the spiel as far as tape. You can set up anywhere. So generally, I will tell you, actually, I'll wait until Stephanie comes back in, and I'll tell you guys a little bit more. So good morning, happy Saturday or April. Yay. So anyway, I took this class on Thursday, and I wasn't as sore as I thought I was going to be. But then, of course, we did all of like these lunges and stuff, and then jump squats and whatever. And then I was already teaching leg stuff. So yesterday I was doing stuff. So like the leg stuff I was teaching was like all hip related leg stuff though. And I woke up this morning and I was like, so now we're going to do this, and skaters are in it. And then we're going to go to the shore and walk on the boardwalk. So tomorrow I'm not going to be able to walk. That's just what I've decided. It's fine, it happens, right? So anyway, I'll let you guys know since it's been a while. Yeah, I was so excited to see your name. I was gonna send you a message and be like, I'm dorking out because I was like, oh my God, it's been so long. Yeah. I'm so excited. So generally in this class, we don't wear masks, but I wanted to make sure you guys were comfortable with that before we decided to wear them or not wear them. So it's completely up to you and how your comfort level is with that. And if you're like, I'm cool with keeping it on, awesome. Generally, for those of us that are here every week, at some point, we probably end up taking them off, especially when we do the part on the board, just because I find it hard to breathe, and I don't know how Andy teaches the class with her mask the whole time. I was watching on Thursday and I was like, oh my God, I'd be like suffocate, like needing to suck in. There's some parts of it. Like, oh my God. But so it's completely up to you what you're comfortable with. And if you're like, if you want me to open windows, I could do that too. Sliders, if that makes you more comfortable, totally let me know what your comfort level is with that. That's the plan. So anyway, that's that. And then let me just discuss really quick what we're doing. So I wrote my own this morning. If you're looking at some of the things on the board and you're like, what the fuck is that? Because I don't ever recall seeing that before. It's because I made it up. We're going to do some different things. Partly because, like I said, I'm probably dropping that yod word out of there. And so as I start kind of writing my own, I can be a little more creative, I guess. So anyway, 30-second single leg hold will be something that's new to everyone. I'll show you that in a second. 10 goddess crunches, 10 side lunges. So with this part we do together as a group, I'll keep track out loud counting the reps. And we repeat it 3 times, and then we'll move on to the second half of the board. And at that point, you kind of go at your own pace. But we'll cash in together and cash out together, right? If you've ever gone to like CrossFit, we borrow from some of their language a little bit. So cashing in together, 10 down dog push-ups, 50 line hops, and then we'll all start the 4 rounds at the same time. So I won't count the reps for the cash in and cash out. You'll still go at your own pace, but then we'll kind of all take a pause before we jump into the 4 rounds. And then same thing, if you finish the 4 rounds before everyone else, you're taking that pause until I say cash out, and then we'll do all the down dog push-ups and 50 line hops again, right? So 4 rounds, 10 lizard lunge hops. So that's new, 20 swimmers, 10 skaters, 20 side crunches, 10 bicycles, and 4 block taps with arms. So I'll explain all of that for you in a second. Let me move my phone. So we're good for that part. Cool. So that's what's on tap. Single leg hold is something you've all done before, but we're adding a little bit more of a static hold to it. So we're balancing on one leg, 15 seconds on each side to hold that. And then you're taking the opposite hand to press to the inside of the knee. So you're pressing the knee into the hand into the knee, right? Activating all of the muscles up the inside and the outside of the thigh, right? While also holding a little bit of balance. So it'll get into some of those deeper hip muscles and the inner thigh. So 15 seconds each side, that's the single leg hold. Our 10 goddess crunches you've seen before, but I'll show you really quick. So 5, and then why is Ava texting me in the middle of class? 10 goddess crunches. This is what happens when I don't put my phone on do not disturb. So you're finding that goddess hold, right? Knees are out wide, turn the toes out, knees tracking over the toes, hands behind the head, but don't interlace the fingers. And you're crunching over, bringing your elbow as close to your knee as you can get it to go without dropping that opposite shoulder, right? So all 5 on one side, and then we'll switch 5 on the other side, right? So that's our goddess crunch. And then 10 side lunges. So you'll be standing in the center of the mat, whichever way you're facing is most comfortable for you. So if you like to stand on your mat, just to make sure you're not sliding on your floor, then turn sideways, otherwise facing the top. So stepping out, the leg you're stepping away from stays straight, the other leg bends, knees tracking over toes, knee stacked over the ankle. So 1 to each side, total of 10, right? So we'll switch sides, alternating as we go through the 10. So 3 times we do that top part, and then cashing in, down dog push-ups, just like it sounds. You're taking your downward facing dog, and your push-up is, I'm just bending my elbows. So my hips stay super high, my elbows go out toward the sides of my mat, like I'm trying to tap down the top of my forehead to the spot right between my hands, right? So bend the elbows, lower down, 10 down dog push-ups, all right? So all into the shoulders, arms, keep the hips super high. Yeah, I was like, is there anything else I want to say about that? I don't think there is. Hips super high, you're keeping that down dog stance. So the only thing that you're moving as we go through that is bending the elbows, 10 of those. And your head does not have to come all the way down to the floor. Keep your range of motion where it can be to keep your down dog and not compromise the rest of the form. Cool? That's that part. 50 line hops, just like it sounds. So your line might be the center of your mat, the line might be the edge of your mat, and you're just hopping side to side, counting to 50. Cool? So a little cardio in there. And then we'll start the 4 rounds. So 10 lizard lunge hops. It's really just like it sounds, but some modifications. I was gonna do this in a different way, and I was like, I can't do 40 of these in a row. So I had to change it the way I was gonna do it. So it's starting out in a lizard pose, and your stance might be much shorter than your regular lizard looks, because then you're lifting the hips up, switching legs, hop forward, right? So if that gets to be too much on your hips, you can always step, right? And don't worry about how far forward that leg is coming. If that's still too much on your hips, so we'll do a little bit of hip warm up in the beginning. So you're not like dying when we get to that part. If that's still too much, you might just do mountain climbers, right? It's still kind of that same motion of moving back and forth, but without the deep hip opener. So that's our lizard lunge hops that I did in my regular class. And that's why it's showing up here. So 1 on each side, total of 10. I was gonna do this as a 40, 30, 20, 10. Could you imagine doing 40 of those? No, 10 was like my limit, and that's why I decided not to do it the way I was originally writing it. I did try it out first, and I was like, yeah, no, so not gonna. 20 swimmers all the way down onto your mat, arms long, legs long. You're lifting opposite arm, opposite leg for a total of 20. You might take them really slow and work on extension, or you might take them faster just to kind of get through it, right? 20 of those. 10 skaters, you're coming back up to stand. That same thing where you can stand in the center of the mat. If you feel like stepping on your mat will keep you from sliding, or you can face forward, totally up to you. So you're stepping, cross behind, touchdown, step, cross behind, right? Just like speed skaters in the Olympics would go through, like a curtsy squat, upper body stays forward, arm touches down right under the shoulder. 10 of those. Side crunches, you'll be all the way down, back onto the mat. You're taking your, like you're coming into a twist, like generally we do at the end of the class. Hips stacked on top, knees stacked on top of each other. Hands behind the head, don't interlace the fingers. And you're lifting straight up toward the ceiling. So 10 on one side, switching 10 on the other side. Right into your bicycles. I hate this mask. I don't know why I wore this one. I cut out the lining and now it's like too thin and I feel like I suck it in. Anyway, that's it. Yay, Becky. I had a feeling you might come in today. So exciting now. All good. 10 bicycles. So we'll stay down on our backs and we're pressing through the heel of the extending leg. Twisting the torso, underarm to knee, not elbow to knee, right? So twisting. And then 20 block taps with arms. And what I mean by arms is pretend like you're boxing. So generally when I actually do block taps, I do this quite often, that I move my arms. So I'm asking you to try it today, just as a little bit something different. So block taps, you might take a little slower. So if you have a block, you're welcome to use it. If you don't have a block, no worries. Just pretend like there's one there, tapping the toes or double time. And as you go through it, we're punching forward, right? Or something different. I thought it would be fun. Cool, so we'll start in child's pose. So I'll just tell you, well, you'll know most of them. The ones that you don't know, I'll explain when we get to it. Cool. So child's pose, and if that's not comfortable for you this morning, you're welcome to come into something else. Taking just a few moments to settle in. Gosh. That's not helping me settle in, sorry. So let your child's pose be any way it needs to this morning, right? No particular place to have the arms or the legs or the knees. Allow the breath to start to deepen. So long inhale, full exhale. Deep breath in, full breath out. One more here, inhale and exhale. Start to extend your arms toward the top of your mat, working on lifting the elbows away from the floor, spreading the fingers super wide, right? Deep breath in, full breath out. Inhale, spread the fingers wider. Exhale, and then pull yourself up into tabletop pose. So wrists lining right up under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Again, spread the fingers really wide. So much space between our pinky finger and our thumb. Inhale, drop the belly down top. Exhale, round the spine up top. Inhale, drop the belly down. Exhale, round the spine up. One more, inhale, belly drops down, chest pulls through, head looks up. Exhale, around the spine, tuck the chin toward the chest, and then tuck the toes and lift the knees up, downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels. Put out some of the pops and the cracks. Mine usually happens in my shoulders. Let the head and neck be a little bit heavier. Right, not working so hard to keep that head lifted up. And start to slow down your movements. Settling into your first down dog, maybe the knees stay bent. Trying to press the torso back toward the thighs, spread the fingers really wide, press down and out through the index finger, thumb, and pinky. And then full breath in, lift high on the toes. Full breath out, press back through the heels. Inhale, lift high, knees bend, look forward, bring your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up tall. Exhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Shoulders backing down, fingers spread wide, palms forward. Inhale, send the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, hands plant, both feet step back to your first high plank, top of a push-up. Press into the hands, create some space between the shoulder blades. Draw the belly in, full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, lower all the way down on the exhale. Lifting the chest, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in, lift high. Breath out, press back. Lift high, knees bend. Feet come up to your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant the hands, step both feet back, high plank, same thing, stay here, create space between the shoulder blades, engage up the legs and the arms, deep breath in, full breath out, inhale, lower all the way down on the exhale, lifting the heart, cobra, downward facing dog. Full breath in, lift high on the toes, breath out, press back through the heels. Lift high, knees bend, feet come up to meet your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall arms, press. Exhale, hands to the heart, eyes closed. So taking this moment here, right, to tune back into your breath, just like we did when we first settled on our mat. And then also taking a moment to set an intention. So finding that moment of stillness, moment of connection, right? Hands pressing into the heart, sternum pressing back into the hands. And so I'll read to you a quote I read to my class yesterday, I came across. And it said, "Don't become too preoccupied with what is happening around you. Pay more attention to what is going on within you." No place better to do that than on our yoga mats. Taking one more deep breath here in. Empty it out. Blink open the eyes, and then inhale, send the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, hands plant, step it back, high plank, lower down, halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, deep breath in, full breath out. Right leg goes high, bend the knee, open up the hip. Square the hip, step the right foot to the top of the mat, and then toe heel it out just a little bit, starting to find that lizard lunge already, right? Let the hips be heavy, let them sink down toward the floor. Deep breath in, full breath out. Inhale, exhale, bring that right foot back toward the center of the mat, back foot plants down, warrior one. Settling in, still thinking about hips. Drop the hips down, draw the left hip forward. Inhale, exhale. One more breath in, hands to the mat, breath out. Step back and flow through to down dog. Deep breath in, full breath out. Left leg goes high, knee bend, stack the hips open. And then square the hips, step the left foot up in between the hands. Find your long stance first, and then take that foot out just a step or two to the side of your mat, letting the hips sink down a little bit more. Breathing in, breathing out. One more inhale. Exhale, and then bring that left foot back toward the center of your mat. Plant the back foot down, warrior one. This side, still thinking about hips, right? Drop them down. Bring the right hip forward, left hip back. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in, and then hands to the mat, breath out. Step it back, flow through to your down dog. Full breath in here, full breath out. Lift high on the toes, look forward, bring your feet to your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. And then exhale, sit back chair. Breathing in, breathing out, right? Pull the mat apart, grounding down through the outer edges of the feet. Inhale, fold over the legs. Exhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga or step back and flow through to down dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Right leg goes high, right foot steps forward. Warrior one. Same thing, awareness to the hips. Drop them down, left hip forward. Inhale. Exhale. See my mask, Steve, I did. I should have never cut out the liner of this one. Inhale, that's why it does it. Exhale, warrior two. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, send the right arm high, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the mat, lunge. Stay here again, right hips dropping down. Breathing in, breathing out. And then right foot steps back, flow through to down dog. Full deep breath in, full deep breath out. Left side, send that leg high. And then exhale, step it forward. Warrior one. Taking a moment, settling in. Draw that left, right hip forward, left hip back. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. And then warrior two, breath out. Grounding down. Right, paying attention to the hips, where they happen to be in space. Breathe in, breathe out. Send that left arm high, inhale. And then cartwheel the hands down. Exhale, pause here in your lunge. Let the hips sink down toward the mat. Walk that right foot back even a little bit more. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, left foot back, lower down, up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Lift high on the toes, look forward, feet to hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, back to chair pose. Inhale, forward fold, exhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Full breath in and out. Right leg goes high. Right foot steps to the outside of the right hand. Left foot steps outside of the left hand. Drop the hips down, yogi squat. Breathing in, breathing out, no worries. Inhale, and then hands to the mat, hips to the ceiling, exhale. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, right foot steps back, pause here in this lizard lunge. Left foot steps back, high plank, lower down. Up dog or cobra, downward facing. Full breath in, full breath out. Left leg goes high. Left foot steps outside of the left hand. Find that feeling in lizard. Right foot comes up to meet it outside of the right hand. Drop the hips down as low as you can go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, hands to the mat, hips to the sky. Full breath in, full breath out. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, hands plant. Left foot steps back. Pause here, lizard lunge. Breathe in, and then right foot back, breath out. Lower, halfway or all the way. Up dog or cobra, downward facing. 3 breaths here or child's pose. One more big inhale. Full exhale. Coming back to down dog if you're not there already. And then inhale, lift high on the toes. Exhale, press back through the heels. Inhale, lift high, knees bend, feet to hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold into chair, sink the hips low. Maybe your fingertips can graze the mat. Yes. And then tall mountain into your mountain pose, Tadasana. Music, if you're following along, is Yad Move today. Because why not? I need to make a new playlist though, but. So, lizard, hop, switch, right? If it's too much, step, step, or mountain climbers. The only other things that might be kind of new to you is the single leg hold. So we're finding a little bit of balance, opposite hand to knee, press the knee into the hand, hand into the knee, right? Activating that outer thigh and goddess crunches. You might have done those before, but they show up every once in a while. Another thing I made up because I like it. Whatever. So getting ready for that single leg hold. Use the wall, chair if you need assistance with your balance, right? You're grounding down through the standing leg, holding our balance for 15 seconds on each side. Opposite hand presses into that knee. So find your balance in that left leg. Draw the right knee up in line with the right hip. Left hand meets the knee. Go. Press in toward each other. Super active. You should feel it all the way up to the hip flexor, outer hip. 2, 1, let that side go. Switch. Ground down, lift up, right in line with the hip. Don't come super high. Press the hand into the knee. Go. And if you fall out, no worries. And like that side, go. Finding your goddess pose. Knees out wide. Sink the hips low. Knees tracking toward the pinkies of the feet. Hands behind the head. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Side lunges coming all the way up. Feet start out together. Step out, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Single leg hold, 30 seconds. 15 on each side. Ready? Go. Right leg comes up. Keep pressing. And switch sides. Same thing. Root down through that standing leg. Go. And release it. Finding your goddess pose. Breathe out wide. Drop the hips low. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Side lunges. Center of the mat. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Last round of this part. Single leg hold. 15 on each side. Go. Two, one, let that side go. Switch and go. Press. Especially the knee into the hand, right? Activate that inner thigh. 2, 1, let that go. Feet out wide. Goddess crunches. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 side lunges. You count yours. Go. Awesome. Getting ready. Cashing in. 10 down dog push-ups, 50 line hops. You're going at your own pace, but pause before you jump in to the 4 rounds. Ready? Whatever works for you, Beth. It's all good. Go. Elbows stay wide, hips stay high. Yes, awesome modification, like perfect. It can be a lot on the wrists, right? So when you come up for your line hops, maybe you circle the wrists out a little bit. 50, 1 to each side. Don't think about it too much. And don't count to 50 either. 20, 20, 10, that's usually how I break it out. I think I wasn't counting in the beginning. 4 rounds. Go, lizard line hops, 20 spinners, 10 skaters, 20 side crunches. Remember, 10 on each side, 10 bicycles, block taps with boxing arms. See, no way we could do more than 10 in a row. Yes. Make sure your legs are stacked for your side crunches as best as you can get them to be. Lifting straight up toward the ceiling. And not pulling on the neck. I totally threw off the coordination. Try the block tap first, and then add in the arms. All good. Awesome. Yes. You can tell me how much you love or hate that lizard lying hop lunge later. Okay. Remember, after your fourth round, you're waiting for us to cash out together. Some of you might finish, some of you might not. No worries, either way. Yeah. Absolutely. Last week we were outside, it was pretty nice. Right in the sun. You had our own hot yoga. It was great. Absolutely. I like your version. Back, hold on. All good. Awesome. Getting ready to cash out in a moment. No matter where you're at, no worries. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Down dog push-up, stiffy line hops. Walking it out when you're done. Walk it out, shake out the arms, grab a drink. Right, bringing down the heart rate slowly. Whew. Start to take some bigger breaths in, longer breaths out. Big breath in, longer exhale out. Starting to slow down your movements. How are we doing? Good, good. Deep breath in, full breath out. Finding mountain pose at the top of your mat, right? Take it slow. If you feel like your heart rate is still really high and you feel dizzy at all, when we fold back out of it, right? So mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, slowly fold all the way down. Slow inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold. Soft bend into the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way back up. Exhale, back to your mountain pose. Taking a breath in, shoulders up. And then shoulders back, breath out. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway lift, long inhale. And then exhale, fold. Hands plant, step it back to down dog. Settling in here, fingers super wide. Draw the belly in, take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Rock it forward to your high plank. And then exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Inhale, finding cobra. And exhale, lower. Stay here, point through the toes. Inhale, lift up, cobra. And exhale, lower. Take your arms out wide, tent the fingers, elbows go up toward the ceiling. And then inhale, lift the chest, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale, lower. Stack the forearms, take your feet out wide. Rest. Then we'll bring the legs back together, long on the mat. Keep the arms where they're at. Slide the right knee out in line with the right hip. So 90 degrees from the hip to the knee to the ankle. Half frog pose. Try not to let all of the weight go to the left side. Try to even out the pressure in both legs. Point through the left toes, flex through the right foot. Full belly breath in, press your belly into the floor. And let it go. One more inhale. And exhale. And slide that right leg long to meet the left. We'll do the same thing on the other side, bringing that left knee up in line with the left hip. Press down through the inner edge of that left leg, feeling that stretch through the inner thigh. Point the right toes, flex the left. 2 more, big inhale. And exhale. Breath in, empty it out. Bring the left leg back to meet the right, to bring the hands under the shoulders, press yourself up and back. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in, full breath out. Inhale and exhale. Let's send that right leg high, bend the knee, open up the hip. Staying here, taking a back bend, flipping your dog wild thing. You can stay right in that hip opener. Maybe opening out the chest just a little bit more. Breath in, unflip if that's where you went, breath out. Right leg goes high, right foot steps up in between the hands. Let's drop the left knee to the mat and find a low lunge. Hands wherever you're comfortable, right? So if you want to be here, that's where you're at, or you can provide a little resistance by pressing hands into the knee, lifting the chest up. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, and then let the hands come to the mat. Shift back, straighten out that right leg. Exhale, flex the toes. And then bring weight back into the right foot. Lift off the left knee, step it back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, full breath out. Left leg goes high. Knee bends, hips stack, right? And you can stay here if you need a little bit more of a twist. You're twisting the chest open, looking under the left shoulder, or flipping if that's where you went on the other side. Awesome. One more breath, unflip. Left leg goes high to the ceiling. Left foot steps up in between the hands. Take your time to get there. Drop the right knee, settle in. Low lunge, arms up or hands on the knees. Pressing in if that's where you went. Hips forward and down, right? Finding that stretch through the front of the right hip. This is all what I did yesterday. So I'm like, right back in that spot. No, it's fine. Hands to the mat, shifted back, straighten out the left leg, flex the toes. And then weight back into that left foot, step it back down dog, or take a flow for that reset. Totally up to you. What would feel best? Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Walking your feet forward. And then we're coming all the way down to an easy seat. So however that transition works for you, feel free to be there. Taking a couple of twists and stretching out the neck a little bit. So sitting up tall, legs crossed or legs long, whatever would feel best in this moment, right? Chin tucks in just ever so slightly. Lifting the crown of the head up toward the ceiling, shoulders down, breath in, breath out. Turn the head to look over the right shoulder. And then coming through the center, look over the left shoulder. And then coming back to the center, be super mindful as you drop the chin toward the chest without collapsing into the shoulder. And then slowly lift the chin up toward the ceiling. Same thing, be super mindful of how that feels on your neck. Know where you can go. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed down. And then come back to your neutral. Inhale, send the arms up. And then exhale, twist left. Inhale, send the left arm up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, hinge over to the right. Slowly lifting up out of that hinge. Stay in the twist. Replant that left hand behind, sitting up tall. Staying here, taking the gaze to look over the right shoulder. Right, just changing the way we stretch out the neck, but the arms stay the same way. So let's go back. Yeah, just turning the head. So it's just a little bit different. It stretches out the neck muscle just a little bit differently. And then just unwind fully from that, coming back to face the top of your mat, arms by our sides. Inhale, sweep them up. And then exhale, twist right. Sending that right arm up alongside of the ear, big breath in, and then hinge over to the left, breath out. Lifting out of that hinge, staying in the twist, replant that right hand, sitting up tall, staying right here, or turning to look over the left shoulder. Slowly unwind from that. Uncross the legs, bring the feet to the mat in front of you, and then wrap the elbows around the knees, sitting up tall, almost like cow pose, right? Think about pulling the chest through, lifting the heart up, maybe the gaze even looks up just ever so slightly. And then exhale, round back, tuck the chin. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, round back. Inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, rounding back, releasing both hands to the knees so you can sit back a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, all the way down onto your back. Bring the knees with you, hug them in toward your chest. Rock a little bit side to side. And then bringing the feet back to your mat, setting up for another hip stretch. So right ankle crosses over the left knee for reclined figure four. Draw the left knee in toward the chest. Taking whatever you need to feel that stretch in the outer right hip, right? So if you're not feeling it the way you are, maybe your right elbow presses into that right knee to open it out more. If you even need more than that, you can release your right hand so the elbow meets the mat and your right hand presses into your right knee. Sometimes that's where I need to go specifically on this side. One more breath here, in. Empty out. Uncross the leg. And then send the left ankle over the right knee. Draw the right knee in toward the chest. Adjusting to wherever you feel the most satisfying stretch. Right? This doesn't have to be the deepest. One more breath here, in and out. Uncrossing the legs, take them wide, happy baby pose, grab the blade edges of the feet, tailbone down toward the mat. And then options for the last few moments before we settle into Shavasana. Maybe it's a reclined bound angle. Maybe you need to take the legs up for an inversion. If you have a block and want to take that psoas stretch or a reclined or a restorative bridge pose, wherever you need to be. Not here super long, wherever you happen to decide to go. Last few moments. And slowly start to bring yourself back down to the mat. Maybe taking one last big stretch out. And then settling into Shavasana. Start to bring awareness back to your breath. Taking a full breath in, breath out. Making small movements, fingers, toes. Maybe even let the head turn a little bit side to side. Stretching everything out like you just woke up. Hugging everything in, rolling all the way over to one side. And gently pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat, letting the eyes stay closed. And dropping the arms down by our sides. Inhale, circle the arms up overhead, let the fingers touch. And then exhale, circle the arms back down by our sides. Inhale, float the arms up overhead. And then exhale, let the hands come back down by our sides. Last time, inhale, send the arms up, maybe the gaze goes up with it, even with those. Exhale, draw the hands in front of the heart, coming back to your intention. Soften the jaw, soften the belly, shoulders. One more breath together, in and out. And the light in me honors, acknowledges, and sees the light in you. Thank you so much for spending part of Saturday with me. Together, we'll seal class with the bow and namaste. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Ah, you're welcome. No, I don't want to do that. I want to end the recording.